This video hit my sub box this morning. I saved it. I was gonna watch it on here. We've been looking at this new free-to-play shooter Delta Squad. I guess he got some early hands-on time. We're gonna put this shit on 1.5 and see what he's got to say. Like I said, we've been itching for a new multiplayer game. Have I tried the IMEs yet? Nah, I don't have any multiplayer games to play right now.
Before Battlefield, before even Medal of Honor and things like Unreal Tournament, there was Delta Force, a game produced by Nova Logic that helped propel the FPS genre. For many, you might remember playing some...
This is an old game? Really? This is a remake?
There's been a few. Delta Force 1 and 2, Land Warrior, Task Force Dagger, Urban Warfare, Black Ops...
Task Force Dagger! Sounds like a porno, bro.
That is, until...
Hit shotty with the Task Force Dagger, bro.
Now, Delta Force Hawk Ops is in the works, and we're finally starting to see a large number of gameplay reveals, trailers, and details about the game, with even playable demos upcoming that I think you should know about. So today...
Is it on 2x speed? No, it's on 1.5.
We're gonna dive into what Delta Force Hawk Ops is, what it's all about, and if it might be the next FPS for you. So drop your thoughts as we go along. Do me the biggest favor and drop a like on the video to let me know if you'd like to see more Delta Force coverage, as well as just to help the video out in the algorithm with a switch to multi-game coverage here. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Anyways, let's jump into it. So Delta Force. For the last 15 years, again, we have not seen one of these. So what's it gonna be like here upcoming? Well, officially speaking, the Delta Force team describes it as a new cross-platform tactical shooter where you'll play the role of an operator tasked with accomplishing extreme missions.
So it's tactical, it's not arcade.
But in reality, if you break that down a little further, the entire game package is gonna be something that kind of has a little bit of everything for everyone. Assuming it all works out, as it seems like they're pushing.
That's always a red flag. Anytime you try to make something for everyone, it ends up being for no one.
Where you're going to have large-scale PvP, an extraction game mode.
How are we feeling about the Dragon's Dogma demo? Is there something you played we're unaware of? Because there's a Dragon's Dogma character creator. There's no demo.
In a campaign mode. The large-scale PvP multiplayer is going to be called Havoc Warfare, where it's large teams on massive maps featuring military vehicles, tanks, helicopters, and of course, your standard infantry gameplay. So there's sort of a standard approach to multiplayer. Something comparable maybe to Call of Duty's Ground War in the recent years, to Battlefield's Conquest, stuff like that. Now, in their initial...
What do you do in Call of Duty's Ground War? Like, I don't understand what he's saying. Like, what's the objective? Is it like... Did he say it's like Conquest? Is that what he said? Like Battlefield's Conquest?
Call of Duty's Ground War in the recent years to Battlefield's Conquest.
Oh, he did. Okay, I'm not bugging.
Now, in their initial marketing assets back in August when the game was announced, they also did announce a deathmatch-style game mode was sort of in that plan, but we'll see if that actually is still attached to it once the game
So
comes
big
out.
team battle.
Now, this is going to be a larger combat zone. You'll also notice that in the gameplay that has been shown off already, there's that large-scale combat, but also players have abilities akin to other hero shooters. I immediately think of Black Ops 3 with that futuristic setting.
Maybe this is the Battlefield game we've been looking for. I mean, like I said, we've been looking for something to play.
Watch, Apex, you name it. You'll have specific class selections where you can dive into 4 classes.
Wait, it's just a character creator? I thought I saw someone streaming already. Nah, it's a character creator, dog.
To fulfill. That's your standard multiplayer experience, and honestly, that's only one pillar of the game so far. Additionally, there's that hazard operations, the formation of 3-man squads with classes, gear, maps, routes, and all to adapt on the fly, where you're hunting for resources and rare loot around the world to outwit enemy AI and other player squads, where you ultimately want to extract to claim the rewards you looted or picked up along the way. So this is their second pillar of the game, which is an extraction mode, kind of combining again those abilities, those gameplay loops you might become accustomed to.
Extraction mode.
And then they have campaign mode, which is Black Hawk Down, a remaster of the original Delta Force.
Honestly, this footage, like the more they're showing it, it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look innovative.
Iconic scenes where you can rediscover Mogadishu, immerse yourself in that first-person retelling of Delta Operation, with classic characters both mysterious and iconic coming back here for this. This one in particular, this part, I think is probably going to be a big focal point for the realistic players, the people that have played.
What's the name of the video I want to show my friend? This video? Here.
Surely is a departure from that classic Delta Force game, a near-future setting, hero abilities, and things like that, whereas previously, well, it was not that. And, well, of course, all of that, and for free, that will be a draw. And yeah, free. Free-to-play is going to make this, I think, something that opens it up to a huge audience initially. It's said right now that it's going to be on PC.
Are the best guns going to be locked behind a paywall is the question.
PlayStation and Xbox, though unspecified on which platform. I'm personally going to take a guess and say it's next-gen only, so PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X, but who knows? But then they're also releasing on mobile as well. And what's interesting is while this game is being developed by the Timmy Group, a subsidiary of Tencent, which we'll touch on in just a second with that aspect, but for those familiar with a game called, I don't know, Call of Duty Mobile, Timmy developed that experience. Now, I'm not particularly well-versed in mobile gaming, but I feel like I see a lot of the highlights, per se, from media clips and other things that make their way onto my timelines from COD Mobile, and not a whole ton of the this game sucks type of things. So maybe that's just my luck where I've somehow avoided it, but also when you're tackling something with such a wide-scale caliber, having a team manage one of the largest mobile FPS experiences out there, I don't think it's a bad idea. So we'll see how it works out, but I'm sure there could be worse candidates for this. And also, the game is going to be crossplay, which I'm interested to see what happens with this, if they're going to have any barriers.
Like, I don't know how I feel about it being crossplay with console, PC, and mobile. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't want mobile niggas on my team. Like, imagine playing Battlefield Conquest, and you get in your lobby is full of PC sweats, but on your team it's nothing but niggas on droids. You can get fucking bodied. Like, how are they gonna balance that shit,
Like,
bro?
will mobile be able to play with PC and console? Will there be just console to console crossplay, PC to console?
Fucking playing one of them damn touchscreen controls.
Basis of the game itself, but when will we get to see more? When will we get to play? Because we're only just now starting to see more information.
Right. And then what phone they playing on would dictate the quality of this shit, right? They trying to run this shit on the iPhone 6. That shit lagging and shit. Oh my god.
All the way back in August. Now, seeing more, that actually may be something that we see more and more gradually roll out here, and actually in pretty quick succession. The Delta Force socials have started to get a bit more active here, and instead of once every few months for a trailer, it's picking up speed quite a bit.
What up, Pons Press? Yeah, he said that.
3 months. The last 4, they came across the last 3 weeks, with reveals in the past week for the extraction mode, the hazard operations, and the gameplay showcases of their larger scale standard multiplayer mode, Havoc Warfare, launching today. So maybe we'll see something like next week for the Black Hawk Down remastered campaign if things decide to follow suit. But as we're playing, that's where things get a bit
They're
fuzzy. We have some
remastering
general
the
ideas, but like still nothing truly confirmed for a lot of the dates. The plan has
Yeah, this is giving me Battlefield
in October of
vibes.
last year, there was a first hands-on and capture session in China close to their base of operations. Beyond that, there's currently plans for a global tour, as they call it, here in Q1 of 2024, which I think will mostly just
Yeah,
boil
but
down to-
what do you think? There we go. My initial impressions. Okay, and that's what I care about. What do you think, and what are your impressions? That's all I care. I don't care about this info.
we've seen so far from the reveal trailer, the new gameplay trailers for the subsidiary modes and everything like that. I think this has a lot of potential. We'll touch on it in a second, but I absolutely am skeptical about some things, but I think there's potential. Firstly, free to play. Obviously, a massive audience are getting rid of that initial barrier of entry of what would be $50, $60, $70 that somebody would have to pay if they just want to try it out. For free to play, you can try it out, and if you don't like it, well, you only lost like a couple of hours of your time probably. If you love it, you may have just found your new favorite game, and again, all for no
You can play in third person?
cost. So that's massive to growing an audience.
Oh no, it's just the healing. That's a weird design choice. Why heal in third person then put me back in first? Just leave it in first.
A fan base, and from a team that developed COD Mobile, something that is such a large-scale free-to-play project, it is something that maybe things could go well. I also think it's worth noting the scale of this, because assuming everything else is pulled off as it's said to, this would, besides being the sort of free-to-play alternative to a COD or Battlefield hybrid, this would generally be the same amount of content you'd see as a launch with like a premium $70 Call of Duty title.
They got Gators. We're in Florida, baby.
And a third game mode in the case of the extraction mode. Other free-to-play elements really just focus on like one of those 3 pillars. Free-to-play battle royales like Fortnite.
This looks
Apex,
cool in my
it's all that
opinion.
singular,
It
linear,
doesn't look bad. I'm not blown away. It looks like something to
They had a
try.
element to them, but nothing with a
Like I might try this, but like, am I like super impressed or gung ho about it? Nah, like I'm not seeing anything innovative.
campaign mode, just like things you have to pick up as you go along. And arcade shooters, well, X Defiance another example here with this, that's going to be just solely the multiplayer arena experience. So
How many Gators did you encounter in Florida? None.
Have at it. That's kind of wild, right? Like to think about how big of an offering for no initial barrier of entry. That's pretty cool, I think. Graphically speaking, it's not stunning. It's not like it's going to be.
Gators are not walking around Florida like squirrels, guys.
Like that old meme of how, hey, could your system run?
You had to be near certain bodies of water.
I'd much rather have a smooth gaming experience.
Usually, at
Work
least.
towards in a good, engaging, and fun gameplay loop than have the highest quality of graphics available, which might sound kind of funny and ironic here, given like maybe check back in like a week or two because there's a series that I'm going to be hopefully starting here on the channel that is kind of funny and talking directly to the graphical standard of stuff. So if the game is a good fun, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like the graphics, while they're not like, oh my god, that's amazing, they're also not bad by any means. I do personally
Yeah,
like
they're not
that
bad.
there's a bit of everything for everyone. A campaign that should hopefully be a faithful remaster as a realistic tactical experience for players that want that.
What happened to that one at your apartment complex?
And an
I
extraction
don't
mode
know.
to capitalize and
I
build
don't live there no
on the
more.
mode that's currently the new sort of stepping stone forward for an industry standard, I think. Now, that said, that sounds cool and all, but I do again have my concerns. Number one, the developers. Frankly, I don't follow as much as others.
Shout out to 1.5, getting that info, baby.
With this being backed by Tencent, some might not take that as a good sign. With Tencent
Yep, backed by Tencent. This shit probably gonna be pay to win.
Tencent's monopolistic traits, their history with pay-to-win models, and blatant rip-offs of games, it might not be enticing to some players, which, speaking of, the very fact of this could have something for everyone may also fall into an area of concern, because the gameplay loops, fundamentals, and foundational items all can really be traced back to other major successes in the industry. Hero and ability gameplays like Black Ops 3, Apex, Overwatch, you name it, big map destructive combat in multiplayer like Battlefield, extraction modes. I mean, we don't even have the limit with that one. We've talked about multiple times recently the big craze of how this is going to be the next big thing, and in fact, I've seen their art bible that they use for internal referencing from when I did an integration back in August, and like, there's direct reference of other games, and although at that point, I hope it is just references, that's kind of standard with art and design is like, hey, this is kind of what I'm wanting to go for this. They did some.
That's not really a fair critique. Like everybody's inspired by something, so like for them to have a book of references, that makes sense. Like, no idea is 100% original. You just yapping, bro.
Cool stuff here at this. How can we build off of that? That's kind of standard within the brainstorming aspect of games, but there also have been some rumors that animations were just straight up pulled and lifted from competitors. So essentially a copy and paste in some aspects. So
Yeah, now that's
that
problematic.
is rumors. But anyways, for the very reason that it has something for everybody, it might not appear to have its own identity to some. And I get that. Not to mention for those that love the classic Delta Force game, the general sentiment surrounding the game itself is such a drastic departure from the original source material. So people naturally are unhappy about that as well, the diehards and the ones that have been wanting for 15 years to see another Delta Force game. Additionally, free-to-play always causes some problems, specifically with cheating, but also one thing that I want to focus on here with this is monetization.
People are gonna say this is the COD killer before it drops. Absolutely. Shit, when I make a video, I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail. COD killer. That's how you get views.
have a killer anti-cheat. We see that with games now. It's not going to change. Cheating is absolutely something very apparent with free-to-play games. There's nothing stopping you from, say, just making another account if they get banned because, well, it doesn't cost them money. If a game costs $50, $60, $70 and you cheat, you get banned, chances are maybe you'll do it one more time, but like you're not going to spend
I don't know about
to just
replace.
continuously cheat over and over on a game. But free-to-play, there's not that issue at all. But honestly, I think one of the biggest concerns whenever I think about this is the monetization systems going forward.
Put the question mark at the end. Nah. You can't put the question mark. You got to make a polarizing statement, because if you put a question mark, people are gonna. It's more interesting when you make a definitive statement. You just, because then it's gonna drum up. I put COD Killer on the thumbnail for my video on the finals. And it was just so many people in the comments. You could tell they didn't even watch the video. What the fuck, bro? There's nothing can kill COD. Like, you want to piss those people off. It gives you engagement. A lot of people don't understand, like, even if you leave a negative comment, that helps the video. So you got to be like polarizing with your statements. Yeah, you got to act like Twitter, baby.
They invest a huge market comparison of capital. AAA games of like $100 million and up are massive games. Like that meme of a quad A game from Skull.
Yeah, confidence statement. Question mark is not a confidence statement.
It's like
yeah, all attention is good attention, and most people don't understand that.
About $330 billion. They could do that over 3,000 times with that market value.
Because like YouTube doesn't look at it like, oh, this is a negative comment, I'm not going to boost it in the algorithm. No, YouTube looks at it as, this is engagement. People are active on the platform. We're going to boost the video. That's why there's so many channels that all they do is like negative celebrity gossip. There's so many YouTube channels, all they do is negative gaming videos. Like, it's just the easiest emotion to tap into, unfortunately. And a lot of it speaks to how stupid most people are, because a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people won't click a channel and be like, damn, this dude dropped 20 negative videos, bro. Like, can't nobody say that shit about me. Motherfuckers try to say that about me. You hate on every game. I'll pull up my channel. And like, I have just as many positive videos as negatives. The difference is that most people don't watch the positive videos. And do you know why? People don't like positive shit. It's a sociology thing. People do not like positive shit, but like, I still try to put people on to stuff. Just people don't listen.
That's not going to be happening. No company's ever going to be like, let's just drop $100 million and not make any profit off it. And to be clear, the game isn't going to cost that much, but I'm just saying, like, to make a point, how much.
Yeah, bro, I see people showing negative videos all the time.
But the point stands. Supplemental income and revenue is going to have to come
all the time.
And with this being a free-to-play game, no sales and copies, well, it's going to likely come from microtransactions. And with the history of some,
that's why Gilbert Arenas' podcast takes off the polarizing takes, pretty much.
Games that cost money to buy. Well, for a game that's free to play and potentially could have a global and expensive budget with
that's literally why I put on my thumbnail. Like, I said it when the video dropped. I was gonna get views. I was gonna get views regardless, because it had a high search volume, but there wasn't a lot of videos because nobody had played it, and I got to play Dragon's Dogma early. So I was gonna get views regardless. But then I asked myself, well, how can I maximize those views? So I put on the thumbnail, it's better than Elden Ring. I don't believe that. The game's not even out. Yeah, 60K in 3 days. It's gonna hit 100,000 easy. I don't believe that shit. But people click it. Go read the comment section on that video. Half the comments, this shit isn't better than Elden Ring. Gotcha. Can we see the dislike ratio? It doesn't matter, because dislikes don't matter either. If you want to be a content creator, please know this. Dislikes don't matter. Any engagement is good. The algorithm just looks at, oh, people are active on the platform, promote this video. Troll these niggas, bro. Troll them. The thing is, what I do though, is I always state that like the opening statement in this video is Dragon's Dogma 2 is annoying to me. And it's because it's so good. Like, I find a way to turn that negative into a positive. So right off rip, you know, like, don't just be like, there's ways I manipulate people into supporting me basically. And then you realize like, oh, he's not that type of content creator. Unfortunately, you have to do that type of shit to get people's attention. Jeff Teague's podcasts are funny. Yeah, he's funny as fuck. Anyways, you get the point though. But Dragon's Dogma was lit.
It can definitely be concerning for sure. So
gotta take yourself out of it, but still provide substance. Yeah,
because we've never gotten hands-on gameplay just yet. We've only seen bits and pieces of trailers.
Because if I would have made the title, yo, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a good game, it would have got a few views, but it wouldn't. Trust me, I know. Like, I used to write very literal titles. People don't watch this shit.
Do I think the most polished, perfect thing? Absolutely not. I don't know that any FPS game right now has that potential to shock the world and be an absolute game of the year, raving reviews candidate, but I do think this could be something as a fun alternative that I'm at least looking forward to learning more about as time passes. I think that with a proper level of attention and care, there really can be a bit of everything for everybody. The remaster of Black Hawk Down for the hardcore fans, the hero shooter Havoc Warfare experience for those that like a little bit more.
The thumbnail made me click it. I was like, Unc is tripping. See?
New extraction loop, something that has a bit more of an arcade feel compared to the more hardcore experiences like Tarkov's, Gray Zone.
Yeah, we get it. When does this shit come out? It doesn't say. Let's see. Delta Force released. Is this how English sounds for non-native speakers? This is from 1998. Remake. Just says 2024. Why would you think that? Like, it sounds like sped up to them. Like, does Japanese sound sped up to you, or like Spanish? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Let's go into sub bots. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm glad it's outside Elden Ring releases date though. Dragon Dogma. Yeah, that shit ain't coming until June. What's going on? What's going on? Watch this at 1.5 speed. No, thank you, Ronan. According to the website, you can pre-register. They almost got a 1 million people registered. Is that what you're saying? Let's see. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis official 7-week limit break. What does that mean? They have an event inside of a single player game? What does that mean? It's a video on the talk on what I don't care about that movie, Ronan. Let it go. You be obsessing over shit. Let it go. MB, if someone already asked, are you gonna create your Dragon's Dogma 2 character early? Nah, I'll just wait for the full game because you can't play the game. Like, I just wait for the full game to come out. Stolen Realm 1.0 launch trailer. Let's see. Saga Emerald Beyond. What is this? Sea of Thieves. Them having a Stellar Blade demo says they're confident in the game. Yeah, I wish it would have came out today. It kind of ruined. I was excited. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna play some Stellar Yams today. I guess not. Shine's over. Ding 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 ding. Fortnite. I saw that Korra's coming to Fortnite. Y'all excited about that? I think that's perfect. That's a perfect skin for people who lose a lot. If you lose a lot in Fortnite, definitely get the Korra skin. Let's see. Meta Ball. We saw Unicorn Overlord. I don't care about that shit. This kind of looks dope. The Mist versus Moral on Fortnite. Star Wars The Bad Batch. What is The Bad Batch about? I'm mad they didn't put Aang first. Wait, Aang is not in you downloading the Stellar Blade demo? Ronan, please listen. You can't play it. I already said that. They took it offline. You can't play it. Listen. You dropping too many links. You're not listening. This is all shit from yesterday. The throwaway clones. Stolen Realm. I'm not gonna lie. Look at a little Full Sail. No, thank you. All these games probably look Full Sail.
The Dismal King counts you among his
Tristan?
vassals.
Vassals? You mean vessel? Yo, TBH, you seen the dude on TikTok biting your shit I don't like videos? Somebody linked it to me. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, he wouldn't be the first person to bite my style. It doesn't bother me. If somebody's stealing your shit, it's a compliment. The reason you can't get mad is just because A, we know who did it first, but then B, you stole an idea from me. You don't have my brain. Like, keep in mind, guys, I've been doing this for 17 years. I didn't need to steal any ideas from anybody, so let him have it. It's not that big of a deal. Shout out to him. He wouldn't be the first person to come up off of me. Yo, shout out to Hellish Reasons with the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can't copy the respect.
Me.
As an artist, I fucking agree with that statement. Yeah, it's called an abundance mindset. You got to learn this shit. This doesn't apply to content creation. It applies to everything in life. That's why they say it ain't tricking if you got it. I halfway agree with that statement, but like the gist of it is like people who make money, to them it's not tricking because they know they're gonna make it back. Now, in my opinion, where I draw the line is I don't care how much money you got. After a certain point, it is tricking. But yes, I view $1 different than another person, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's still tricking after a certain point, but that's the point. It's in reference to the abundance mindset. Like, I'm not tripping off of him. Like, he stole like a series that, you know, I invented like 10 years ago, like Big Whoop. Like, I'm still doing fine. It's okay. Like come up with new ideas.
So these are to be our
Innovation spreads like plague. Yeah, anytime a new game comes out with a new idea, every other game copies it. It just kind of is what it is.
Breaking limits is why I'm a champion. I want to go to a world where I can be a true hero. As I said.
And also too, when you steal ideas like blatant like that, because it's funny, because I seen the video you're talking about. He does it exactly like me. The bigger he gets, people are always going to be in the comment section like, yo, you're just doing what TBH is doing. Like, you're always going to be in comparison. So, like, you're not going to get that. What do you say? You can't copy the respect. It's the same shit. You can't trip off that shit. Don't get mad at that shit, chat. As long as you're not stealing my jokes. That's like where I draw the line. The format, though, you can't own a format. As long as you ain't stealing my jokes, like, whatever, dude. To me, that's tacky when you're just straight up stealing shit like that. But, like, a general idea, whatever. Let's see. Shines over the dam. That last game trailer looked Full Sail. This looks Super Saiyan Full Sail University. What the fuck? Ashy, the video game. I'm good off that.
If you're looking,
I'm not gonna listen to all this. Let's see. Image viewer, video editor, media player, roster graphics editor. What's the video editor?
Kden Live is a powerful,
free and open source. All right, for those who want to be video editors, we got. Although I would recommend using DaVinci, but I mean, let's see what he says about this one.
Non-linear video editor that's very user-friendly and easier to use than most of the video editors that you can get. It has multi-track video editing, and it supports just about any audio or video format. It also has tons of effects and transitions that can improve the quality of your project. If Kden Live looks similar to Shotcut, another video editor I've shown you in the past, there's a good reason for that.
It's because
Kden
it is.
Live
It rebranded.
based on the same MLT framework as Shotcut.
If you want a free video editor, Kden Live, you can try that one. Let's see. Media player, roster graphics editor. What is this?
Store.
His voice makes me want to put my head through a wall. Why you say that?
Graphics editor that is designed primarily for sketching and painting for digital artists. The software has a ton of
I just use Midjourney.
Some of those include.
I read Midjourney is about to come out with an update that allows you to be consistent with like character models. That shit's about to be fire. Virtual machine, I don't care. System and profiling monitor. What does that mean?
CPU-Z is system profiling and monitoring software that detects the CPU, RAM, motherboard.
It's the way he pauses. It sounds like he's reading off a script
on your computer.
Like I always write so you can't tell that I'm reading off a script, but you could tell like he's just reading off a script. It doesn't bother me though. It is what it is. I'm not looking to be entertained. I'm just looking for info.
CPU-Z, you'll see your data.
I don't care about that. We got another video editor.
Now let's take a look at VSDC.
This should look ass.
Editor, which is full of features often found in expensive editing.
Get a cursor mark maker. What?
Real-world cursor editor provides tools that helps you to create a new mouse cursor or modify an existing one.
Oh, you can turn your mouse cursor from like an arrow to like a fucking dildo or something, like a BBC. You guys want that? You mentioned mobile users on the first-person shooter game. It'd be helpful if they could use controllers on there. Yeah, ideally, but you're under the presumption that most people who are playing mobile games are not playing with controllers. Metaball official launch trailer. Metaball is a free-to-play hoverball multiplayer game developed. Oh, it's like Fortnite, cartoony. That's what most people say. It's like Fortnite. 360 avatars. Shit, speaking of influence, what we were talking about earlier, this is an example right here. Like this is clearly influenced by Rocket League. The ball literally looks like Rocket League. Rocket League with hoverboards. This is so funny because we were just talking about this shit. Who wants to play hoverboard Rocket League? Metaball, do the best shots. Who's the you can tell they don't have a marketing budget. The developers definitely wrote this. In our game, you do the best shots. Like what? They finna get sued? No, they not. They don't have a. Like I said, you can't sue somebody for a general idea. Because if that's the case, Rocket League should have got sued by FIFA. because it's just soccer with cars. Like you can take a general idea and like they took a general idea and they made it their own. It's soccer with hoverboards. You can only be sued when you're clearly infringing on an intellectual property. If the cars looked exactly like Rocket League in the arenas, then you'd have a case. But this is not a case. That's why I said earlier, you can't get mad he stole the format, but as long as you're not stealing my jokes verbatim, then that's kind of tacky. Watch it be better than 2K? That's not hard to do. Me not playing this shit. Let me stop acting like I'm gonna play this shit. Are Pokemon stands still coming for Power World? I don't know. That's a good question. Are y'all still mad about that? I think they're more focused on the new Pokemon game that got announced. Yeah, that's why Golf with Cars is still around. That's why it's still around. That's all I had. That's all I have for y'all. I guess we can get on a game. I'm gonna get on. I don't feel like sweating today. I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy, chill and just chat with people. Apparently, Stellar Blaze demo dropped. I'm playing it. They dropped it again. Let me see. You're playing it right now. They took it off of fucking PlayStation. Did they put it back up? Let me see. Let's see. I'll be the judge of that. If it is up, I will download it right now. You know we got that gigabit, baby. Stella Yams. All right, let's go to the PlayStation Store. Search Stellar. There it is. Still rising. My still is rising. Oh! I don't see the demo. You ain't playing that shit, bro. Get out of here. You read a tweet. Yeah, you read a tweet. It was out. I told y'all they took it off mine. There's nothing. You can only follow or buy. That shit is not online. Here we go. Just chatting. This man said I'm playing it. Cap alert. Cap alert. Said mods ban him. Nah, we just want to boot up the goddamn thing. You, sir, are fake news. That should be able to hear the audio on my shit. He's looking at GIFs, right? He probably looked at some GIFs on Twitter. I think they took it off again. I hear people playing it right now. Well, I meant I was downloading it to play it. Not that I was playing it now, my bad. Hey, let me know if it works. That'd be shout out to Dylan with the sub. That'd be funny if like you try to boot it up and they say nah, nigga. Like that's literally what it says. Like a message just pops up. Nah, nigga, what you doing? I saw people streaming it. Yeah, it was up for download for like 5 minutes and then they took it down. So the people who saw it are able to play it now, but you had to catch it. My thing is like those people who are streaming it, I wouldn't do that. If they took it down, that means it wasn't supposed to be up at the time. They accidentally released it. So if you're streaming it, you're risking your account getting banned. I wouldn't do that.